Hello everyone, welcome to the HTML course for beginners. My name is Fernanda and I'm the one taking you your HTML course. Welcome to HTML for beginners lesson 6, and today we're talking about HTML text formatting. And from the topic, you should basically understand that today we're talking about formatting HTML text. HTML contains several elements that need some special meaning. For example, you may want to make a text bold because it's more important or very important. Or you may want to make a text smaller than before because maybe it's not that important or it's something X in your website. And that's when the HTML formatting element comes in. And these HTML formatting elements are also used to maybe change the mood at which someone reads a particular word or sentence, to change maybe the mood of the person. Maybe something is more important than something else, then you put it in bold. Then when somebody is reading that and gets to that particular word, the person's mood will change on that thing. Maybe the person will write it down, or that word will actually stay in the person's mind more than the remaining ones. And that's a word the person will actually remember, that will be at the back of the person's head. That's why you write it in bold, because maybe it's actually more important than the remaining things in that website. That's where the HTML formatting element comes in. There are basically 10 HTML formatting elements, which are B, which makes text bold; strong, which is for defining important text; I, italic text, which is simply for making text italic; EM, which is for emphasizing text; mark is for marking text, which means like highlighting text; small is to make text smaller; del is to show that something was deleted; ins is the opposite of del, deleted, which shows that something was actually inserted; subscript text, which to make something like something subscript; sub is superscript text. I'm actually gonna show you how all of these work and their outcome. Yeah, so you have a better understanding, because what I'm reading now just sounds like junk when I say subscript, superscript, for people who really don't actually understand and I've never heard or seen what some of these things are and what I actually mean. Yes. Yeah, so we're gonna be going to our development environment. So I'm actually gonna right click and say open with code, and it's gonna bring me to Visual Studio Code. Please, it will be nice for you to write down what I'm going to be explaining, because it's actually going to be very useful, helpful, because you need to understand some things. Now here in my code, still loading. Yeah, then the color will soon come up. Yeah. So I have already written some HTML here. The topic is HTML text formatting, HTML formatting elements, and H1 HTML text formatting. Yeah, I have some things here. This one says B, I'm bold, strong, and stuff like that, which I'm actually going to show you now. So I'm actually going to right click here, and don't worry, don't have to worry yourself about the code. I'm just trying to explain. I'm still going to clean everything when we get to the next topic if actually they're actually not needed. So I'm actually going to right click here and click on open with live server. Yeah, and this is it. I'm actually going to make this full for you to be able to see everything I've written. I'm actually going to be explaining the HTML text formatting elements. Yeah, so I wrote some text here, starting with the first one, which is B, bold. Yeah, this is how you write bold, which you should basically know. It's a closing tag, just like everyone else, other formatting elements. This is B, opening tag, B, closing tag. Everything you write inside will be bold there. So that's the syntax for bold. Normal. Then it says I'm bold here. Next one, if you look at it very well, this is the strong, which is the same way. Opening tag, closing tag, whatever inside will be strong. Strong basically, if you look at it, the difference between strong and bold, there is definitely no difference. It is used for defining important text. It says, I'm really important. Yeah, actually there's no difference between bold and strong, but Some of them are just the same. Like this is I, italic. It says here I'm unique. Italic. This is the EM, which I said is for use for emphasizing text. It says italic is my twin sister, but I need to be emphasized more on. Yeah, italic is my twin sister, but I need to be emphasized more on. Why I use the word like twin something is because they're actually the same thing. Like I and EM are the same thing. They're both italic. They show in italic. B and strong are the same thing. Yeah. This one is for Mark. This is Mark over here. Mark here. Yeah. And then look at this one. I marked. Yeah. So you just normal mark, opening and closing tag mark. It says I marked. Basically highlighted because it just highlights a text there. Yeah. And you can actually use styles to change the text because the default style is that when you highlight it, it's going to be yellow. But you can change it maybe with your styles and just change the background color, and it's just going to give you the same thing. And then this is the small tag. It says I don't know why, but I'm smaller than others. I feel sad. That is the small tag. The basic syntax, just normal opening and closing tag over here and there. Then the del, which means it shows deleted text, is right here. Here, if you can see what is written inside, it says, why was I even created when I'm not in existence? Oh, I know why. For deceiving stuff like, something like $25. Then, there'll be something like this under here. Like this. That was maybe dash for, like, was deleted. Deleted here. Like this. Then, this one is for the inserted text. I am, which is represented by INS. Let me just show you that. INS over here. And what does it say? It says, wow, I'm underlined. Why couldn't you just use the U tag? So it's basically like just using the U tag. Then the next two, which are the last two I'm going to be showing you, is the subscript and the superscript, which is by sub and sup. Now here I have this is the sub over here and the sup sup. Well, when you look at it very well, you'll be like, does this not just look like the small tag? Yeah, it has the same size as the small tag, but they're actually different, which I'm actually going to show you. See, sup SUB says I'm always the lowest in class, but I'm good at science because I can do stuff like something like this, H2O. So this SUB, this subscript tag, was used to bring this one down to show you better. And this one says, they look basically the same thing. I'm going to show you the difference, don't worry. The superscript says, I am always the best in class, and I'm the best in mathematics because I can do stuff like 10 raised power 2, so like it brings it up. 10 raised power 2, scientific formula for water. Yeah, don't worry, I'm still coming to the last one. Oh well, these are the basic 10 of them. I took my time to write all these texts so you'll be able to understand it in a fun way. So now to show you the difference between the subscript, the small tag, subscript, and superscript. Well, if you look at the small tag is just, you have the same size as the two of them. Yeah, it's on one line, straight one line. The subscript, if you look at it very well, it actually goes below this text, which was actually written normally. This one, if you look at the superscript, it's actually written like this, up above this text. Shows you the difference. Then what direct about this one? Now, some people normally use the inserted or INS tag after an del or deleted tag, which I've actually shown you. This is the deleted tag, this is the inserted tag. Yeah. And it's actually very helpful. Yeah. So people normally use the inserted tag after the deleted tag to show that it was actually inserted. Like this one, my favorite tag is Snickers. Yeah, it's Snickers. Then it was deleted. Then Oreos was written, which shows that Oreos was inserted. Snickers was deleted. Yeah. So very nice. Yeah, you can look at them. I'm gonna roll you from up to down. If you can see it here. Yeah, very nice and very, very helpful. So HTML formatting elements are used to format text. Now there's a very important thing that I would love to tell you, which is actually going to be very, very helpful. Now, when I was talking about the heading tags, the H1 tags, heading tags, I told you that all the headings actually have a meaning. You cannot just be using them interchangeably anyhow you want. Just for this one, note. I want you to note something. Just because some of them actually display the same thing doesn't mean that you should just use them interchangeably or anyhow. Like be strong, same thing. I am, same thing. Well, doesn't mean you should just use them anyhow. But please and please use them for the reason I showed them and I explained them. Please. I explained all of them, what they're used for. Even the text here shows exactly what they're used for, what you can use them for. Please and please use them for the reason I show them. And that's the actual reason I said that you should probably write down, because it's actually going to be extremely helpful. So that's why I said you should write down, so you'll be able to use this later in the future and for the way you're meant to use them. Alright? So you will not mix up everything, because when developers start using the dev tools to start, don't worry, we'll still talk about developer tools. I'll still show you maybe in one lesson. They'll start saying, and they'll start being like, why are you using stuff interchangeably? So to make things more sensible and your work more neat, please use them as what they're used for. Alright? What they're used for, yeah. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching this lesson, and I hope you have a great day ahead of you. So you could pause the video. I just scrolled up and down. You could pause the video and actually try all of these. Try them, and don't worry. Get excited. Do what you want. Do all sorts of stuff. Do some code, and yeah. There. Thank you.